What's going on, everyone? Happy August 8th. What day is it? Thursday, August
But
8th. Hope everyone's doing well. Too early in the morning for this. It's about almost 2 a.m. Eastern. And we're hanging out like crazy. Some people call us crazy. I call us dedicated, with a hint of crazy. But what's going on, guys? Happy Thursday. Vision, what's going on?
pretty good. Got back from the gym earlier and I cooked for my girl. I did like some sliders.
Okay.
I got the Hawaiian bread and it was garlic
You
butter.
get in that kitchen.
Nice.
Huh?
Yeah.
You get in that kitchen and cook a meal.
We're all like
Yeah.
zombies, I'm telling you, man.
Get 3 lashes.
Just smack you in the back of the head.
What's
me some
going on, Slifer?
No, man. Just got back from work. I saw you guys were going live, so why not? I'm already up. Why not? Let's do this.
Yeah, good to have you. We just said if anyone wants to join in the chat, we got a few people in here. We got Toy Mafia stopping by as usual. D Legends, what's going on? We got John Smith. We got the Definitive Collector. Good to see you guys. Theodore stopping by. Good to see you. I thought we would just so 2 a.m. It's scheduled for the Superman Hush, the Prime One Superman Hush, to go up for pre-order, the quarter scale, which has been such an anticipated piece. So I said, why not have like a little celebration stream for whoever wanted to hang out? Have a bit of a celebration stream and let's talk about it, because I think this is pretty big. It's a big night for quarter scale collectors who've been itching for this release, who've been asking for it, and Prime One listened, and I really think they delivered. They really delivered on this piece. So about 4 minutes, it's gonna go live, and that's it. Anyone ordering? I got the 1/3. I think it's beautiful. The sculpts we're gonna pull it up on the site in just a few minutes, but I think they really knocked it out of the park. But anyone considering ordering it?
I mean, I like it, but I'm not ordering it. It's not for me. But I do like the piece. I think it's, if I was gonna get a Superman in 1/4 scale, it would be this one.
100%.
It fills the niche that I would want, but maybe if they do black suit, maybe I'll think about it.
What's going on, Yelena? Good to see you.
For myself, when I was coming over to the gym, I thought about something. The reason why I'm probably going to order it is because I'll get the diorama, the Superman versus Doomsday, the one you don't really care for, but I'll have it like Superman up at the highest point it could be, and then I'll drop Superman versus Doomsday a little lower. So it's like Superman. It's basically two different Superman, but it's kind of similar. But it's like Superman's looking, and then they see you see the scene that he's coming smashing on Doomsday.
Yeah.
So that's how I visualize it in my mind.
That'd be cool, actually. What's going on, Peter?
That's a lot of space.
Huh?
That's a lot of space, man.
Yeah.
To dedicate for that.
Yeah. Well, the statue itself is not as big. Like the one that's coming out, the 1/4 is not really that big. No, Doomsday, of course, it is. But what I do is I put it on the 40-inch display, so I'll have 20 inches available. So I can put 2 or 3 statues if it's on risers, right by the Superman and Doomsday.
What's going on,
Have you ever thought about getting the Prime One Doomsday?
No, that's the one with the green shoe. Yeah, that green boot on his
It's a big piece. It's very big.
The 1/3, yeah.
Yeah. No, I haven't really thought about it at all.
Look at it.
I think I'm
check it out.
That's
a badass piece, man. Check that piece out.
I'm looking at it right now.
That's a monster. I saw that one in person.
You don't see too many of them around, and they are impressive.
The day has come. Imagine this.
I like the price. I'll tell you. Price is good.
Listen, $9.99, edition size of $7.50. For the bonus, they don't have any other version listed here. So, if this does stick at the $7.50, people are asking when it's going to go up for Sideshow. I don't think it's going to last. Based on the clamoring that I'm hearing throughout the community, through some retailers, this thing is already. This is forecasted to sell pretty quickly. This could be the piece that. This could be the piece that sells. That kind of sells out for Prime One. We'll see.
Do you think it'll be? I don't know if they're gonna set an ES. They haven't set the ES. So.
They did set the
750.
ES
They did?
750. 750,
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
Then yeah. I mean,
But on the site, I know there's a show
I don't think it's
regular.
gonna
and
sell
at
out
the
tonight.
end.
I
But
give
it
it
was-
maybe a week.
Say one thing.
Maybe a week
What'd you
it'll sell.
A week?
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna
I'm,
sell. Right
I'm
away.
hoping it's faster. I'm hoping it's
Ah,
by the time we wake up tomorrow.
I mean, I think you're
Do you know what
Very
we're
good.
talking about here? We're talking about Superman Hush.
true,
It's
but
live.
you know,
It's live
it is
already?
different. It is
Yeah.
different.
2 a.m. Let's refresh the screen.
The estimated shipping cost is $126.
$126 ship. What's the NRD?
99, so 199.9.
Oh, that's not bad at all. Yeah, man. I I think this is gonna sell. I think you're gonna see scalpers on this because $99 to put that down with an ES of 750 with the demand that this had, and it's estimated to ship the end of 2025 to 2026. Put the $100 down and see what happens, and if worst comes to worst, you resell it.
Yeah. But like I was saying earlier, they are going to have a regular one. Somebody confirmed that 100%. It just probably won't go. It's not going to go. Maybe they won't put it on the site, but there will be a regular version. So I asked him, was it 100%? He said, yeah. It was
So
confirmed.
this is just the bonus.
It is just a bonus, yeah.
I mean,
There's gonna be a regular version with a separate ES.
Yeah. So the regular one won't have the head sculpt.
It won't have the Jim Lee head sculpt, correct? But I'm surprised they didn't list that here.
Yeah, well, they done it before. They had just a regular thing, but they did offer like the other version also on Sideshow.
Because
But they
that's
didn't show
usually a little
regular on
misleading.
one. They just showed the
Yeah.
well, we were talking about this in the back. Like maybe they could offer a 1/3 bust with the new head sculpt, and people could buy that head sculpt, separately, but they're 1/3.
Well, that's so. I'm not personally pre-ordering this one just because I do have the 1/3. That's what I'm trying to advocate for. I put up some polls throughout Facebook to try to get this done in 1/3. Because you know what it is. It's the Superman looks great. They're giving you the same portraits, pretty much the same portraits, maybe a little bit of an updated paint app as the 3rd scale, right? These three here. But for the 3rd scale, people have always said we wanted a more accurate Jim Lee portrait, more comic style portrait, and I think that's what they're delivering here. The problem is they're now doing it for the 1/4 scale. So I think the 3rd scale release taught them that lesson, but they're now applying it to the 1/4 scale release. I think this is such a nice portrait.
The only problem is that
Yeah.
the skin might be different for the 1/3. You know what I'm saying? For his hands, it might not match.
I don't think that would be a big problem.
You don't think?
Not for me, at least. I wouldn't mind.
I would mind if it didn't match the right way. If this is somehow maybe lighter in tone, because the other one, people were complaining that he's a little bit, tan.
Yeah,
They would have to make sure that they match that as close as possible.
that they would.
His hands don't come out, right? Like he doesn't have
No,
any, like
no.
they don't key in, right? I don't remember.
Correct.
Hmm.
So these are the 3 portraits you're getting, similar to almost identical to the 3rd scale. But you do get these cool bust stands, which the 3rd scale didn't receive.
Now, let's say they never did this, right? Like they didn't give you this head sculpt, and someone, maybe his name is Phoenix, does a mold of this, makes it bigger, and then it fits on the 1/3. Would you be okay with that?
What do you
Since
mean?
it's like a custom piece, like it's technically a recast, but it's like a custom. Like when
Yeah, but
people take
what part? What piece?
the head sculpt that you're talking about that you want for
I think
your
that was
for your
okay.
1/3. Yeah, would you
Yeah,
be cool with it?
sure, that would be fine. But well, no, I don't tend to. No, I don't tend to support recast in that way. A custom piece, sure.
But
Well,
it is
it wouldn't be it wouldn't be a recast because
that's what I'm saying.
it's core.
They
It'll
just
be a
take them.
freshly So
They
yeah,
take them. They take the mold. They increase it somehow or whatever, and then they increase the size, and it fits the 1/3.
no, I want it from Prime. I want Prime to do it. There's no reason Prime shouldn't be able to do it. But regardless, more so to focus on the quarter scale for now. I think it's a great piece. I think it's the quarter scale Superman to beat, just like the third scale was the one to beat.
I like
Smaller
this
base.
piece. I think so.
Yeah, smaller base.
I do think the Batman is missing a little bit though. Like I
For
did
sure.
like the computer a little bit
sure.
more, you know.
And the bats, or at least the bats.
No, I don't care about the bats, but the computer I think they should have kept.
What do you
Or
feel
something
about
different.
what do you feel about this being considered a reissue?
I don't think it's a reissue. I think it's different. I think the fact that the cape and they're giving you a different head sculpt definitely doesn't make it a reissue to me. I get it, the base is similar and stuff like that, but we're talking about a different scale. It definitely looks different than the 1/3. I don't think so.
This is
Personally,
not
I
even
think it's different enough.
not even remotely close to a reissue, in my opinion. What's going on, Stanley? Good to see you. Let me get to the chat. I didn't expect this many people to be here this hour. My goodness. What's going on, Stanley? The definitive collector. Good to see you. What's going on, Jesse? If this gets on Sideshow, it's likely going to be priced $1,300 to $1,400. Steve's here. What's going on, Casual? This reissue won't hold in the aftermarket, I think. Knight, what's going on, Knight? Good to see you, man. We got Mitchell. It's a great day to be a quarter scale Superman and DC collector. 120%. What's going on, Fad? Good to see you, Mr. Kennedy. Superman PO'd. Congratulations.
Nice.
Very nice. Mitchell saying casual, not only cinematic statues. Interesting. Okay. What's going on, Phoenix? Even Phoenix is away. Glowing eyes portrait looks better than original pissed portrait. What's going on, Norman?
I feel it also.
Great to see you, Norman. Mark.
I wonder if Phoenix is going to start adding all the variants of this to
going
his
on, Mark?
collection.
Yeah, Phoenix is grabbing this.
Are you Phoenix? Oh, okay.
100%. Yeah. I can't wait to. You ordered it?
Yeah.
You ordered Vision? Oh, nice, man. $100, man. Honestly, you can't go wrong.
You ordered it?
He ordered it.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Wow. I thought you were Mr. I need 1/3 in my life. 1/4 scale is too small for me.
Well, certain things that might be a 1/4.
What's going on, Phil?
I'll tell you right now, this is not going to be 1/4 scale.
Welcome, Phil.
This is going to be bigger than 1/4 scale.
Yeah.
You've never had Prime 1/4 scale, have you?
So we got a live pre-order. Congratulations.
It's very
Slacker, man.
big.
That's awesome.
Very, very big.
Well, if it's big, it's going to fit even better for him because he wants that.
Yeah.
He's into that larger scale stuff.
No, but like if he was going to pair this with like his Batman from Sideshow, it's going to be totally different scales.
So let's talk a little bit of business here in regards to the reissue, because I don't think this is a reissue. When they originally teased this Superman was to have it was supposed to be a shrunken third scale with the cape going off to the side. Exactly, that's how they teased it. They went back, they've tweaked the cape, they've tweaked the base, cut off a lot off the base. We don't even know if this base rotates. I don't think that's mentioned.
Doesn't
If
look
it's
like
on
it
the
does.
bearings, the way the other one does. The costume, the cross hatching on the costume is completely different. Look, you can see the cross hatching on the cape. It seems to be textured cape, which the third scale didn't have, and same with the body. Shading,
I like it.
paint app's different. Digging this. This is Prime 1 doing it right, in my opinion. There are times where reissues can come into question. Not with this. Not with this. And I think it was brilliant of them to give us the edition size right off the bat. That was so smart.
That's very different. That they normally don't do that. So, like, especially for pieces that they think they're gonna sell a lot of, they don't usually do that. But that's nice.
Yeah, I think this just steamrolls. Steamroll. This was really smart on their part.
100%. This is a good way for them. If people who didn't get it, you see it. There's way more 1/4 collectors than 1/3.
Well, it's not only that. It's people who wanted a Superman Hush but don't have the space to display a 1/3. And this portrait was a great addition. This was smart. Again, them listening, giving us more of that comic look. But please, Prime One, I put up the polls in the groups. If you guys can vote, if you own the 1/3 and you're interested in getting it, I put up the polls. Hey, when I put up my question in regards to the on Prime One, I put the Guts and Casca diorama where they give you the side piece is the Void's hand holding the brand of sacrifice, and they gave it to you in red. I went in the group and mentioned, hey, would it be possible to get it in green? Because it was more, you see it in both red and green. And I got shot down by Prime One, like, within 30 minutes. My poll's been up the whole day, and they haven't said anything. So maybe there's hope. But I think that would be awesome.
I mean, I don't see why they can't do it. Like
Yeah.
they did it for other pieces. They did it for
Yep.
Predator. They've done it for. They've had what is it called? Can't remember the name of it. The other Batman, I can't remember. The one with the rifle.
What's going on, Luke? Go to bed, you lot. This is a great looking Superman. Not sure I'm liking the cross hatching effect added.
I kind of like it though.
I agree. The new head sculpt was a clever sales pitch. Yeah. Stanley asking, will it sell out quickly? What do you guys think?
No.
You don't think so?
No. I don't think it's going to sell. I think we're in a different market. Sell out, but it's not going to happen overnight. I think give it like max a month and maybe. Because people, some people are not buying as much as they used to.
I want to see this sold out by Friday. If this doesn't sell out by Friday, nothing will. The days of selling out the way we had it are gone.
No, things
with $100 deposit.
I think
at this price point, four portraits total, 3 bust stands, and it being Superman Hush with an edition size of 750. That doesn't sell out. Let me advocate: collect responsibly, of course, by your means. Make sure you're doing that.
Use your credit card.
Know your limit and collect within it. But
I actually don't think it's going to sell out, though. Like you said, I don't think it's going to sell out in the sense that, especially if they put a regular version and they're not even upfront telling you guys, I kind of think that's kind of like shady. Because if you thought it was just on 750, you want to PO early because you think it'll sell out, then I know where.
Who said it was going to be a regular edition? Did they say it?
The other distributor. Spec.
Another distributor.
Spec? I
Yeah.
don't care what they say. I kind of care what Prime One says.
Well, so what I'm thinking, I don't know. If there's a regular edition, they're gonna tell us right off the bat, say it to be determined. If they don't with this, that's sketchy. I don't like that business move. What I was thinking is that what they mean by regular editions is they'll sell out of this. If you don't order directly from Prime, they can sell, but you just won't get the Jim Lee portrait, right? I don't know. I think that's funny business if they do that. I don't like that.
I mean, we'll wait to see because sometimes they do have bonus editions and then they will release a regular edition, but that regular edition could be very small ES as well. Because I know when I ordered like the Frieza from them, my waitlist converted and then they had the bonus and they had the regular. The regular that doesn't have like the little plaque was the edition size of 30.
Yeah.
The bonus edition was the higher edition.
Yeah.
So that could happen here. Yeah, so that's what they're gonna do. So this could be 750, and the regular edition could be 200 to round it off to 1,000 pieces. You know, give or take. You know, depending on what they want to go at.
What's going on, MMC? Good to see you. Well, Vision, I'm
How
happy
many
for you,
did they
man.
make up the 1/3? I can't remember.
1,000, and then one of them was
1,000, right?
Then it was a regular version.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
This one, the 750, with like, I think that Jim Lee portrait is pivotal in this piece. I don't know. I want it to sell quick. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't want it to be a month. I don't want it to be.
Listen,
I want it gone by Friday.
I like if it sells out, great.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, then hey, it will eventually sell out. I feel like they're looking at. Everybody wants everything to sell out, you know, right away, of course. But the reality of like the world the way it is now is as long as it sells out, that's all that matters. And I think eventually it will. It just won't happen. I think it's going to happen like in a month or two. It's not going to happen right away.
What's going on?
If it does, I'd be surprised.
Anyone buying this bad boy? Vision just picked it up. Michael just grabbed it. Kennedy picked it up earlier.
Congrats, guys.
And that's just from our chats. So we'll see.
I think it's well done. I like it. I would get it if I was interested in collecting DC like that.
I think this ended up being a win for everybody. I think that this was different enough from the third. I don't think that this is going to impact the third scale market whatsoever at all, in my opinion. I think that this is a complete win for quarter scale collectors who asked for this, and they're getting it. They didn't just slap the same statue and give it to you. They made some tweaks, whether you like the tweaks or not, but they're bringing it to market. And if you're a quarter scale collector, you should be very happy with this.
Or be like Superman, you want a representation, but you don't want to go 1/3. Then
Yeah,
so the option. And if you're a real Superman fan, buy both. Sideshow in this one.
I won't even compare Sideshow to this. I don't even think it's fair to Sideshow to compare it to this.
I do
Honestly.
think that the entire Hush line will be redone. If these sell well, which I think they will, I think they're going to sell well enough. And once they catch up, once the line catches up, where they are going to be different, then they'll do a 1/3 and 1/4, like by continuing the rest of the Hush line. I think,
and
give you options.
That's where it can become problematic. So, from what I see here, the fact that they gave you the Ivy enraged portrait with the ivy around his neck like this gives me the hint that Ivy should be coming. That would only be common sense. The problem with Ivy is, how do you make that statue different enough for it not to be a reissue?
There's ways. You could maybe, instead of having the way the branches are, it could be a totally different plant, or she could be in a slightly different pose. Like, there's tons of things they could do to that piece to make it different.
Mm-hmm.
She could have the same pose, and the plant life around her can be completely different, giving it a completely different feel.
It'd be wild to see them do that again. That'd be their third attempt on that Ivy. The green version, then they did the skin tone version with the re-sculpted hair, and then now to do it in quarter. I don't think that skin tone version did as well as they were anticipating. MMC Payne grabbed it with his points. Huge congrats, Payne.
Nice, Payne.
Good stuff.
I mean, it could, listen, there's a lot of people that love Ivy, you know? So it's just like the Harley, like people that love Harley, they'll just keep buying Ivy pieces. Don't ask me why. I don't understand it, but I mean, hey, if you like that character and it's for you, then buy it. But I do think that you're right that they are going to re-release Ivy in green, but with like a different base, different plant life and stuff around her. Take some stuff away. I think it's coming.
At least Ivy. I don't know if they'll get into Nightwing or Huntress, because even in third scale, at least the Nightwing, I think they still have on their sale. Huntress is stunning. That's, to me, one of my favorite female sculpts that they've done. So I can see them doing that maybe, but They're
I
gonna.
could think of a,
I think they'll at least do. I think they'll at least do Ivy.
I think it would be smart for them to do it. Go a smaller scale, and then offer as soon as you release a new character from this line, you offer 2 different ones. You offer those both scales simultaneously so that people don't get pissed off, and I think it'll be fine. I mean, all these custom companies are doing it where you want a piece in 1/3 or you want it in 1/4. You get the option. 2 different ESs. You know, they look the same. Scales are different, but at least here, like it'll be different. And maybe they'll revisit Constantine.
Originally released in 2018, 6 years already. Gosh, as the highly sought after 1/3 scale statue, this edition has been resized to be more display friendly in quarter scale, while preserving the exceptional artistry that captures Jim Lee's unique style.
I think they did a good job, and I hope this is successful for them. I mean, I'm not collecting it, but doesn't mean that I can't appreciate it.
At the end of the day, it's not like they just woke up and said we're doing Superman Hush. This has been asked for. People were asking for a quarter scale Superman Hush for a while.
Yeah, and the NRDs with that down, so it's not like you breaking. Like they put down 5-6, just 100. And then your first payment, and you do payment plan that's next year.
Man.
I mean, do you feel like this is like if you could do it all over again and choose to have this skit like a 1/4 scale as opposed to a 1/3?
Oh,
you would do that? Yeah.
No, not at all.
Oh, not me either.
Not at all. When you open the 1/3, I'm telling you, it's really just and that's why I say they can redo the entire line. I hope it's not a straight reissue. I hope they do what they did with this and retool it to give it that difference. But when you open these pieces in 1/3, it's just the scale sets it apart enough that they can revisit it, and I don't think it'll affect the line at all. A 1/3 collector will always want that scale difference. Not to say that quarter is not a good scale. It just hits differently.
I mean, I know everybody talks about, like, if you do this, you're destroying the hobby and stuff like that. But I'll be honest with you, I like options. So I never had a problem with them doing different scales of the same piece. And at least they're respecting us enough to do it differently and give you something different. So, I mean,
Casual says, I really liked this one initially and still do, but the idea of reissues is going to make it all cumbersome. 1/3 will drop in price and collectability will be fading away.
I think
I don't think so.
I mean, I could understand where you're coming from with that,
Yeah.
but for me, I don't collect for collectability's sake. I collect so when I display it in my room, I'm happy with it. The ES stuff, I know I'm not like typical collectors. I don't care about ES. I care about how it looks in my collection.
What's going on, random?
If it's something I want to keep and I don't want to resell, like when I buy a piece, I tend to keep it forever. Like, and if I lose money or it's not as collectible as before, it doesn't matter as long as I love the way it looks in my collection. So, I mean, I do things a little differently than everybody else, but I mean, I respect how people feel about their pieces. They want it to hold value, but I look at this as like a car, like the car market. Like as soon as you get this piece in, like it might be hot for a little bit, and you might see a little bit of an increase depending on demand, but then it always decreases as time goes on because the new hotness is going to come out. The new model
100%.
will always be coming. The 2027 model is coming out. Your 2015 model is out the window already.
No, but I'm a collector like that too. I'm not buying everyday stuff. I'm buying collectibles, and I want the collectability of the piece.
It is collectible though. It has an ES.
Yeah, but I want the value of the collectible to be maintained. That's how I grew up collecting. That's how I want to end my collecting days. The same way. We're not collecting figures off a shelf at a Walmart, right? These are limited. These are expensive. And I don't agree with the concept that I hear sometimes in the community where it's, well, you displayed it a little bit, it should depreciate in price. And so I don't buy that. The hobby was never like that. It's only been like that after COVID and the monstrosity that's happened with that whole thing. Now you're seeing companies backtrack and try to get it back to the old days by doing the smaller edition sizes and so forth. So I want the value there. But again, I'll say a release like this, I don't think it will take away from that larger scale in any way. What will happen for future releases is if I'm a Superman fan and I want to hush Superman, let's say with another character, and I want it in quarter scale, instead of me compromising and going with the 1/3 because that's the only option available to me, I'll think twice before I get the 1/3 because I can think that now, well, maybe they'll revisit it in quarter. But for the pieces that have been already released, I don't think it's going to impact it. I don't think it'll impact it. If your piece hasn't been impacted by price up till now, releasing in quarter scale, I don't believe will. I know like the Hush Batcave has plummeted. Some of the other ones you can find, but stuff like the Superman Hush, the other.
But I think the Hush Batcave had problems.
Hush Batcave had problems, leaning problems for sure.
That also contributes to its depreciation, I think.
For sure. But if you're talking about like DK3, if Prime 1 came out tomorrow and did the DK3 in 1 quarter, I still think the 1/3 price point will be untouched.
Yeah.
Will be untouched. No.
So I think it's just a matter of opinion. I think a lot of times people like to have these large scales, but then I want variety in my collection. So I'll have more displayability. I can display more pieces. I can have more of the pieces that I want, and they're giving people that option now. So I mean, I'm not mad at them for it.
To Vision to hit that. So what Stanley was asking, what do you guys think of the price? $9.99 for this?
I think it's a good price.
Yeah, for today's market, it's a great price. It was a cool price, and then the hype around it as well. I was 1/4. Like you said, probably 1/4 is pretty massive too. So I'm guessing
you're going to be happy with the size. You're going to be happy with the size, Vision. It's not.
I'm looking at the Batman up there. It's just a bus or something like it was that size. Yeah, but then it's be elevated. So I'm looking at the.
That's non-scale though, right?
What's going on, Elijah?
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, the Justice Buster is 1/4.
Okay, maybe. I don't think he's going to be. I think that's going to be. It's going to be scaled a little differently. You'll see. Like, we'll see how it goes because I have a lot of their 1/4 pieces and they dwarf like regular 1/4 pieces that I own. Like, you look at some of their Berserk 1/4 stuff, and I'm like, holy shit, this is like 1/3.
Oh, Berserk, yeah, it's out of this.
Yeah, it's like 1/3. It's crazy. You just got Slanded. You can't tell me that Sland doesn't feel like a 1/3.
She's massive.
Feels
she's
like
right
a 1/3
behind me. Yeah, it feels like it. Yeah.
It feels like a 1/3. It's crazy, which is nice, I guess. But like, I would prefer them to be more accurate with their 1/4 scales. But you know, it's Prime 1. They do what they want to do.
To answer your question, Stanley, for me, $9.99. I see the value here. I see the 3-port when I'm comparing it to other pieces in the market that I don't believe are meeting this level. And again, we're just talking prototype. We got to wait for production, but comparing prototype comparisons, 4 portraits total, 3 bust stands. It being Superman Hush, $9.99 here for quarter at this scale. I think that's fairly priced.
I think they did a good job. So, I mean, it would be cool to see if they actually like continue the entire line of 1/4 scale.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. I mean, you can get more creative with some of the pieces. Like if they did, let's say they did Nightwing, right? They can give him a swingy motion with his with the baton, like as opposed to just having him hold it, where it makes it unique, where people go, "Yeah, I like that." Mm-hmm. Why not? Like, there's a lot of things they could do.
Yeah,
add to these pieces, and they're willing to do it if they're giving you head sculpts and stuff like that. So
what they're going to try to do with this too is capture the 3rd scale collector to say, "Hey, we made it different enough where you can make the purchase for this as well. Look, it's working." You know, some of the guys we know own the 3rd scale. They're not going to sell it. They're going to keep it, and they're Superman fans. they're trying to capture that market as well. Rob, I don't think you're going to get third scale collectors though if they have the whole Hush line going quarter scale and duplicating the line in quarter scale. I don't care how different you make it. I don't think that's realistic. Rob says, easy pre-order for me. I missed the first go and this bad boy. I really like the new changes. Prime 1 added as well. Congrats, Rob. Awesome, brother. Random saying the shipping cost is going to be kind of heavy. I think Vision had checked. It was like 120 from Prime. Well, that can fluctuate.
Estimated, yeah,
that can fluctuate.
Anticipate like another $100 at least.
Pop culture might get it. A lot of questions. Is Sideshow getting it? Which
I'll
is
say $80 to $100 at least. Yeah.
Very interesting to hear that. They may, if they get a regular version. Theodore saying, first of all, 40 people in here at this hour. Wasn't expecting this. I was expecting us to get on here and have like a little chat, and so appreciate you guys stopping by. Theodore saying, do you think the Alex Ross line from Prime 1 will be similar cost, seeing as it's the same scale? Very interesting question. I don't know if I think it's gonna come. It's gonna come down to what they offer in the box. Are we gonna get multiple portraits? Are we gonna get bust stands, and so forth? Maybe a little bit cheaper if they don't give you all that. But I can't see it being more than $9.99. The thing here with this, guys, which I think a lot of people aren't comprehending, is Prime 1 could have milked the cow with this Hush Superman. They could have given you all that and asked for $1,200. Just off of the hype of the 1/3, and I think it still would have sold. I still think it would have sold. They could have asked for more money. But I think they're being fair here, especially giving us the ES right off the bat. I think this Hush Superman is a pin in their business model, a pivot. That's what this is going to be. And if this ends up selling out, it's going to be a massive pivot for them. Lower ESs, which they're doing already. ESs right off the top. Fairer prices. $9.99. I think they could have asked a lot more for this. Bro, it's not I think. It's I know. We put the statue prices right up. I put it up in the Prime 1 group. I put it up in the Everyday Collector group. And over 100 people bidding. Do you know how many were above 1,000? Tons. The majority of them were above 1,000.
Yeah.
So
it's the MO. It's a typical MO that they've been going with. So for it to be $9.99, I'm surprised.
What's going on, Phil? Good to see you. Happy Thursday. It doesn't matter how much disposable income you have to play with, and as a great 1/3 scale looks, it's insane dealing with the space requirements, and the boxes are unmanageable. Fair, yeah.
He's true. That's a true statement. I do think that this scale leans to more collectors coming in.
The masses, for sure. Oh, for sure.
Yes, because a lot of people. I'm telling you, when I had the what is it called? Nightfall Batman. My first 1/3 piece. I was like, I can't deal with this. This does not work for me. I was like, I love the piece, but I got rid of it because it's just like 1/3 life is not for me. I just can't do it. It's and I have space, man. I have the space. I just don't.
It's not
I don't
for
like
you.
the scale.
That's
I
it.
just don't like the scale. I think they're impressive pieces, and I do think that they display well. But I don't want to be limited on what I can collect because of space requirements. Like I don't cram my stuff together. I don't like to do that. That everybody has their own style. My style doesn't lean to 1/3, and I think that doing this is good.
With smaller scale, I think you may not cram your pieces together right off the bat like you as fast as you would with 1/3, but eventually you'll get to the same issue that you'll face in 1/3. It'll just take you a longer time. Because don't forget, in quarter scale, there's more choice. So
I get that.
If you want to start, for me, the way I look at it is, it's I can't have everything. I got to choose. If I want to go 1/3, I'm going to compromise. I'm going to get my favorite characters, my favorite line, my favorite IP in that scale, and then maybe dabble in the smaller scales for stuff that I appreciate artistically, but I don't need such a large scale in the collection. It doesn't need to be taking that much space in the collection.
I think for you, you have a vision of what you're collecting. Like, you know that you want a lot of DC.
Mm-hmm.
You like that. Like, that's your niche. Like, you want that. You collect other things.
Yeah.
But the DC line for you is more, it has more meaning. For me, I collect so many different things. Like, it has to be a certain way, or for me, my head gets all messed up. Like, I'm like, I can't deal with this piece. That's why I got rid of that Batman. And I was like, okay. Like, now I know, like, that's really not for me. I got rid of my Blade. I thought, Blade was 1/3. I really liked it. And I was like, you know what? This just doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
And I got rid of it. And, like, great piece. Still looks good, But I think this is a smart move for them. And I hope they sell out. I think they will. Just not as fast as everybody might think. But, this is good for the line. It's good for collectors. So, I'm with it. Make it different like this, and I think you're doing a good job, personally, my opinion.
Random says,
go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, if they did, because I was backstage, we were talking, I said, if they did Detective 1000 in that dark blue color in 1/4 scale, I'd buy it, because I like that piece, but I like it in blue. It doesn't have to be comic book accurate. Blue Batman is my Batman, but I don't really like the Hush Batman. I like the yellow symbol. They don't give me that option. So, like, if they do that, I would pick that piece up, because I like that piece. I have considered it, but 1/3 puts me off. So, like, I wouldn't pull the trigger on that piece just for that reason. I just can't get behind it. But
Random saying, how was the community reactions with the OG 3rd scale when that came out? Did a lot of people want smaller scale?
What?
Or complain about the larger footprint? It was before his time. I think there was a demand for quarter, and I don't think that one sold out right away off the bat as well. I think it took some time, and then once it sold out, and the years went on, it continued to gain its popularity as what some say the more definitive Superman. But I think there was always clamoring for it in quarter, and Prime One sees that the market for quarter. What's going on, Northern Monkey? Good to see you. He says 350 shipped to the UK. Rob Stell says estimated ship to where I'm located is $136 at the moment. John saying 350 shipped to the UK is crazy. I wonder if Sideshow will be more reasonable. 219 to Australia. Slifer saying, I get it. Casual saying, I get it, Slifer. I had the Green Lantern and Cyborg from Prime 1. They are definitely a different scale. They're nice, but the scale is weird.
Yeah, they kind of lock you in to their brand. They want you to buy their pieces. I get it. They don't. That's why I think they do it on purpose, where they scale stuff differently, because they only want you buying within their brand, which is a dick move, kind of.
Yeah.
But, to each their own. I'm not gonna lie, I have been looking at. I do want a Superman in my collection, but it wouldn't be this one. I'd probably get. It's not a popular Superman at all, but I would get the New 52 Superman.
New 52?
Yeah, I would buy that piece. Prime One. The New 52 Superman, that line with the Green Lantern and him, and I like that Batman too. I would consider buying those pieces.
Casuals, because Casual's a good example, because he was in the quarter scale. I think he is still in the quarter scale, but his collection was mostly quarter scale, and I think now he's keeping quarter scale for the villains, and heroes he went 3rd. So that's a tactic too, collecting heroes and villains, different scales, and not everything has to be the same.
But he saw how Prime One does their 1/4 scales, and he knew that wasn't sustainable for him to mix with other companies. Like,
yeah,
with XM and Sideshow and maybe some of these other companies, I think they're closer as far as like how well you can match them up, which works. But Prime One is always going to do their own thing, always, which I like. and I don't like because it does lock you in. So, I mean, to each their own, man. But I do think this is a start of the hush line in 1/4. In my opinion, I mark my words today. 1/4 scale, the entire 1/4 hush line will be coming.
Would you think that would be bad business if that was the case?
No, I don't think so. I think it's smart business because a lot of people they go, I really like this piece, but it just doesn't fit my collection, and they're also thinking about, hey, I can't make this piece as like crazy as I did with the 1/3. I have to tone it down a little bit to make more people interested in buying my stuff, and they don't have to do too much retooling
and cost effective as well.
Mm-hmm. It's way easier to do a base than to resculpt an entire person, like a whole, like Superman. So I think it's good. It's a smart move.
Yeah, but because like I had said, the reasoning, I don't think it was ever said to us, but the reasoning as to why they made the changes for the original Superman Hush and why it wasn't that straight like copy for the cape, copy of every, you know what I'm saying? They tweaked it so.
But they said they said it to make it more display friendly for collectors. Yeah. I mean that's perfect. At least they're thinking about it now.
Oh, and I'm sure it helps the cost, downsizing that base 100%. And everything. Yeah. I'm sure getting everything downsized to that one box as opposed to multiple boxes.
And that Batman
that played a part.
That cape will be significantly lighter. It will not lean like it did before.
Mm-hmm.
When they finally do that Batman. Oh, I hate when they do this. It hurts my soul. When they like this, he has a spinning baton. Yeah. I see it, man.
They'll make tweaks to it. They'll change it up.
Yeah.
Like again, like even the Batman, I wouldn't consider that. Like, look, here's the 1/3. Look at the computer, the bats. Vision had said something today as well. Not only that, even the base. The base has a thicker. The base is a lot thicker, a lot more detail around on the 1/3. But Vision said some. Here we go. See. Well, this was the 1/3. I think they showed a picture at some point what it was going to look like. But Vision said something smart today too. With this Batman that they're doing in quarter scale, it will pair up with the Alfred perfectly that they put out.
Are they doing Alfred in 1/4 or 1/3?
1/4. 1/4.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's smart. Smart move.
See? Right there. You see that? That's how they teased it. So
they look good together. Those two. Yeah. I think anybody who buys both of them will go to love it.
Man, see, look, Mark
stabs me in the heart. I'd buy a quarter scale punchline. Make it happen, Prime One. Oof. I don't know. I don't think it would be smart of them to redo everything in quarter. That's a lot of. People are going to want to see new things too. That's a lot of resources going, especially if you're tweaking and changing molds and so forth. That's a lot of resources you're putting towards the product in quarter scale when it can go towards other IPs and other projects that could be tackled. I don't know. I think the Batman and Superman for right now is a perfect release in quarter. Leave it like this for now. Don't get too bogged up into this hush line. Get the Superman out and Batman out. See how it plays out in the market. Because the question with this Batman is, how's this Batman going to be priced? You can pick up the 1/3 for $850 to $900. So it's like, how are you going to price it? What are you going to price this Batman at? This thing has to be at like $799, right? For me to even look at it. When I'm looking at the 1/3 and it's going for under $1,000. Elijah's saying the new 52 line fits with Sideshow pretty well, in my opinion. I have the Cyborg and Green Lantern and pair it up with the Sideshow Superman Darkseid and Flash.
Wow, that's nice.
Yo, post pictures, man. Definitely post pictures. I want to see it. It'd be good.
Yeah, post some in the Everyday Collector group, Elijah. That'd be cool to see. With you on the scale choice there, Slifer, tested out 1/3 for a while, but the fact they're bigger didn't necessarily bring any stronger impression. I get the same wow factor in quarter scale if the art is 100%.
Yeah, I'm with you on
What's
that,
going on,
bro.
buddy? Yeah, some people want to see quarter scale punchline.
Your wishes, Prime One's command. They will. They love making the hotties, so they will do it for you, brother.
Eight
Yeah.
$8.99. I think $8.99 mark is on the money for that Batman. Yep.
Yeah, $100 missing the Superman. Superman has more height.
Yeah.
So if you want people to
Still a
buy
good
Batman,
price for Batman, though. I will say that. Like, that's not a bad price for a Batman that looks like that.
yeah.
Hell yeah. I think that Batman still, for that price, that's still good.
Even this Batman was, I think it was like $550 when it came out though. So if you buy separately, it's nice.
I still think that Batman
I think
still
the
looks good.
Yeah, fair.
I
Fat's
like
saying
it better than the
126. You like it better than the
I still like that.
1/3?
The new Batman that they did, the one with the purple inside.
Yes, the
like
Rebirth. That's the one I like.
that.
Yeah.
That one looks good too, but I think this Batman looks better than that.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't agree with that one. I
I
like
mean,
that Rebirth, the purple
okay.
cape. I know if it was 100%. Yeah.
No, I don't know.
100%
It's just for something about like that blue Batman. Just it does it. It's nice. I just wish you had options for different symbols. Like I like the traditional
I see what you're
yellow.
saying.
If they did offer that, yeah.
Random has a fantastic point. If you add blood, 1500, that's perfection right there.
But they put it
That's
on
it.
his underwear.
Wow. Yeah, Vision, congrats to everyone who pre-ordered. Let's see if it's sold out already. They're all gone already. Look at that. No, I'm kidding.
Imagine. Oh my god.
Congrats to you guys. No, it won't go that quick.
Nah, I give it a month or two, and I think it'll be gone, and then people will be on the wait list. But hey,
Yeah.
good thing is if it does go to wait list and you get it in, I mean, you may be able to flip it if you want to do that dirty type of stuff.
It's a whole other can of worms.
I mean, we know it's coming.
Yeah.
Anytime there's a hot piece out, everybody always does it. That's why you got to like pull the trigger right away if you know it's something that you really want. Like I'd rather pay Prime One extra shipping than pay someone else the extra money for a scalper.
Yeah.
Like has no love for the piece. They just want to flip it.
Yeah, when you're paying that, when you're doing that, it becomes desperation for the piece, right?
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, I
That's
don't
what
like
they
that.
thrive off of, the desperate. This has the recipe to do well. Low, fair price, low edition size, and the NRD is not high. $100 for the NRD, and what you're being quoted for shipping off of Prime One is fairly low as well. If anything had the recipe to be successful, it's this piece here. Plus the demand of Superman Hush and Quarter, just by itself alone, without any of that. Order from Prime One. There's some retailers that are going to be getting them over the next couple of days, so check that out. You've got Momentic and some of the other ones, so we'll see how it works out. If this will hit Sideshow for the regular, if it doesn't, we'll see. If it does hit the Sideshow with the regular, and they're doing a whole other separate ES for this, and it wasn't marked here, I would like it to be marked here, with even if it's a TBD, but just to know that there's going to be a regular and that price point there. Because why am I paying $9.99? Is it going to be the same price? $9.99 for the 4 portraits and the
It'll
bust
probably be
$100 less.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would see it being $100 less because it's significant enough where it's like an actual head sculpt and an exclusive piece. Because if you notice, like some of the other ones where they have like a little stupid placard or whatever, like those don't increase the price much, if at all. This is enough of a different, like if they won't offer it, it should be at least $100 less, which would even make this piece even more desirable. Because now it's like, what if I don't want to display that head sculpt and I don't need the Ivy vine? I'm paying $100 less, and the ES will be low because nobody's gonna really pick it up. It'll probably be an ES of like 100.
Yeah,
So
50 to
it
100.
won't affect it. Yeah, it won't affect it.
Hey,
I
Michael.
could see the ES being exactly 1,000.
Unless what they're doing here is they're gonna see how well this does right off the bat, and then say, okay, we'll do the non-bonus with this ES.
They didn't give you an option for blood or snow either.
No, not on this one.
It's not true to the character.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense.
Go
But
for the
yeah, huge congrats to whoever's picking this up. I don't think it's gonna be you're gonna be let down. I think this is a solid release by them. I just hope everything works out for production. That's what we got the next hurdle to jump over. But so far, I'm liking what Prime One's doing with this Superman and the tweaks they made. For me, I look at this as if I was in quarter scale. I was almost picking this up for my son's room, to be honest, because I really like that Jim Lee portrait. I would say that this is, for me, would be the quarter scale Superman to have in the collection, especially being a fan of the Hush story.
Do you would you be okay with them like just making a couple of different versions where they don't really have as many head sculpts like they kind of do with like other statues, like a normal, then
with this Superman?
then a bonus, then an extra bonus version like they like to do
with future releases?
With this particular one, since this is
think
the bonus version, if they do like another version with less head sculpts and stuff like that, like I hate when they do that, but
yeah, I don't think
could
they
see
should
them happening.
I think they did this release. Don't touch Hush Superman again. The only thing I'd like anything related to Hush Superman is if they go ahead and decide to kind of listen and do that Jim Lee portrait in third. Give us the bust, the torso without the arms, like you did the Detective 1000, S on the chest in 1/3, and give us that portrait for the sculpted cape option, because unfortunately the sculpted cape option and the fabric cape option won't be universal. So I would be advocating for the sculpted cape. If they can make it work for the fabric cape as well, they'll take a little bit more engineering, but that would be great as well. But I think there's a market for just that Jim Lee portrait, even for collectors who don't own the 1/3 Superman. I think there'll be a little bit of a market for people who would pick up that bust at a price point of what they did the other Batman pieces, as well as the what's his face Joker, the Heath Ledger Joker, right? I think it was like $399, $299, $399 for the bust, roughly. And people were picking up the busts just alone, by themselves. I know they did that for the Batman, the patents, and I know a few collectors who did that. So I think you could pick up on both ends. You'll pick up for the 1/3 sculpted cape collectors who'd be interested, as well as some of the side collectors who may want to add it. Precisely the way you did it for the Predator, the Jungle Hunter Predator. I think it would be a smart business move, personally. Stanley
Do you
says,
think production? Okay.
is John tempted to get this? I have the 3rd scale, Stanley. If I was tempted to get this, it would be... I like the look, but I would never display this in the area that I'm in now. So I'd like buy it for the kiddos' room, and I feel like it would be FOMO driving it more than anything, and I don't collect that way. So I'm not picking it up because it doesn't look good. I'm just not picking it up because I have the representation in the collection that I'm happy with already. But Vision grabbed it, which is awesome because he wanted some Superman representation, and a few other people in the chats, like Bats in the Belfry, grabbed it. So congrats to all you guys.
Congrats, man. Listen, better to buy it. Listen, always better to if you know you want it, just buy it now, man. Don't get screwed over it. If you know it's something you really want, don't wait for it to go on sale. Don't wait. Like when you start doing that, you're taking gambles. I don't like to gamble when I collect stuff. I've lost too many times. So if you know you want it, figure it out. That's my best take on all of this.
Random saying Ivy. With the Ivy switch out, people are gonna want Ivy. I think she will be next.
She's coming, brother. Trust me. She's coming.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. They'll tweak it. They won't tweak it because yeah. I don't know how they would tackle that one. Ideally, in a perfect world, they leave it at the Batman and Superman, just the way it is. Those are the two we're redoing, and that's it. Change it up, tweak it up, do what you have to do. Perfect. Because I don't think they're going to be able to reciprocate what they did with these two to the other ones, the cross hatching and so forth, to match. With Ivy, you're not going to do that. What are you going to do to make Ivy different, like you did with this one? Take away some of the vines. I don't know. Give her a different scene, maybe a whole different pose, a different scene from the comic, from the Hush story.
That'd be
a possibility. Change up the exclusive where it's not the suitcase. Yeah, there's things they can do. Straight reissues, I don't think they're doing. I think they're going to avoid that. And if it's something that they end up doing, I don't know how the community will feel about that.
I'll be right back. Hold on, my son's woke up.
Yeah, I think there's, especially with the saturation of Ivies on the market. I don't know. I think they're smart to just deal with these two. I don't think the Batman sales are going to be as good as the Superman sales. So they should take that into consideration. But we'll see. Anything else you want to cover with this? I think we kind of steamrolled this thing.
Yeah, you said something about production. Like, you're not sure how production's going to turn out. I think production's going to be fine.
I'm sure. I've tried to think positive, but I kind of...
When's the last time they put out a bad production piece?
That Griffith was a little questionable in some of the photos that we got. But
I don't want to get too into that, but I think people are getting confused with how this art, that's an art, it's almost a direct translation from the art that it's drawn from. It's very an art. It's not like realistic, like how he would actually, like his armor would look. Yeah. It's a picture. It's like a faded kind of memory. It's not, I don't know. I think people they're too wrapped up with, now armor doesn't look blue like that and stuff like that. It's based off of like original art.
On art, yeah.
So you either like the original art and you take it for what it is. Griffith always has like a weird face to capture. I don't like, with the red lips. He's always been very feminine. But
the prototype photos looked good. That's where I think it lacked, was from prototype to production. But to your point, I think the sentiments you're sharing are right, because it comes a lot down to the photography from what we were seeing, because they had taken the photos in the factory, and I just felt those photos looked very poor. And then a collector got it in hand, and he took some photos, and it started to look a little bit nicer. So we'll continue to see, but he's a tough character to nail for sure.
No, he is. He's very hard to nail down. But I think the piece looks fine. I think it's just a lot of pieces, you don't photograph them right. Like, it's sometimes a piece looks good to me, and I take a picture of it and I can't capture because the photo settings and stuff like that get all messed up. I'll tell you firsthand. I know sometimes my pictures look overexposed. I haven't figured that out. I'm not really good at that shit. But like, if I were to video it or anything like that, it would look completely different. And that's just my lighting or the overexposure of other lights in my room and stuff like that. So a lot of that stuff plays a role.
What's going on, B-Matt? Congratulations, pre-ordered. Congrats, man.
Congrats.
Yo, Elijah, you're right, brother. It does match up pretty well to like the Green Arrow and some of the other stuff. You are right. I'm looking at these pictures right now.
Oh, did he post it in the group? Let me see if I can.
Yeah. That, to me, this is the best Green Lantern. I would love to get this Green Lantern one day.
Casual says reissues will sell well if they sell it like Hot Toys has been doing it. They don't need to do a 2.0, but it keeps the prices low, I think. I think that's what Hot Toys has been doing completely now, is 2.0s. They've been tweaking it, and that's what's making them sell. And putting the edition size on them. Random Korean saying, quarter scale Batman Who Laughs missed out on that. I'd definitely say day one order with the 500 blood option. Oh yeah, with the Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah. But
here we go. He shared them. Let's take a quick.
yeah, he did share them. They do scale well.
Appreciate you, Elijah, sharing these. Get the Sideshow Green Arrow. That's a nice piece. That's a piece that didn't get enough love.
The Cyborg, it's a nice piece too.
Cyborg, yeah. Flash.
That Green Lantern, man, that's my favorite, man.
This is the
I don't know why. This is just my favorite, man. I want it. I'll eventually get it, but it's not on my top list right now. And I like the Superman from this line too. I know it's not a popular piece, but I love the way it looks.
That's cool. Those are all quarter.
Yeah.
Awesome setup, man.
Nice back.
Nice art on the back end, then the books.
Yo, I have that Dark Side, and it does. I know he's supposed to be even bigger, but I still love that piece. I still think it looks. I just want to repaint it, but I just haven't had that. I just don't want to send it out to go get painted right now.
Yeah, it looks great, man. Thanks for sharing, Elijah.
Yeah, this is great, man.
Any other comments? Alsanti, what's going on? Brother, hope you're doing well. Welcome. Happy Thursday. Nice to watch you guys during a live. Always catch the replay. Been on the fence because I've got the LBS coming already, but pre-order secured. Nice.
They're different pieces, brother. They're different pieces. If you like Superman, they're totally different, in my opinion. Like they capture different Supermen, and if you're not even going to be in a bad position to display them together at all, in my opinion. So if you don't do doubles, then yeah, maybe you screwed yourself a little bit. But I think that they're both different enough where they'll look good in your collection.
Congrats, Alsanti.
He says it's like an Alex Ross, right?
Yeah,
that's like something comparable to Sideshows. Isn't his name Alex Ross?
The newest one that they put out? No. I wouldn't. No, Alex Ross would be similar to Iron Studios. That Iron Studios put out, as well as Prime One is planning to do the Alex Ross in quarter. Heck yeah, man. So I think that's it. Let's see, it's still in stock. We're gonna wake up tomorrow. It's gonna be gone. I'm telling you.
I mean, I hope you're right. That'd be great for
this. Tomorrow. No, it won't.
Great for Prime One.
No, it'll take time. It'll take time. It's not gonna be right away. But we'll see. Regardless, again, congrats to Prime One on the release, and I think not just Prime One, but a lot of the companies are sitting back and really listening to the feedback. They're putting their ears to the ground and listening to collectors' feedback. So that's always appreciated for sure. We'll see how successful it works for them. Hopefully they'll reap the rewards. All the companies that do, because I think that's what's going to set. You remember what we said, right? 2024 was going to be the Statue Wars, and that's what it's becoming. It's head-to-head, companies putting out these pieces, going head-to-head, and fighting for everyone's dollar. Pricier companies bringing down their prices, making them more affordable. Other companies just pumping out pieces and trying to get your NRD and securing the deposit. It's wild to see. It's like trying to catch up from the last year or so, last year or two. So I love it. It's great to see the options, and sometimes options can be too much, but it's when you have
people
options,
ask for this, they get what they want.
You get what you want. I think it does hurt at some point, just an overproduction of pieces, and it does flood the market. But we'll see. We'll see how this holds, how it stands up to the test of time, and how it affects the market. Remember to collect responsibly, though, right? Don't just a lot of hype on this Superman, a lot of hype, and you're gonna have a lot of YouTubers covering this, including us, on the shows. But if this is something you budgeted for, or don't be using money you didn't budget for, because it's very easy to get winded into all this all these pre-orders. Oh, wow, Superman Hush is only $100 pre-order. It's $100 pre-order, and then don't forget you still got to pay the rest when it comes due. And then that's this one, and then another company will put out another, and then those $100 pre-orders on payment plans become almost full statues a month. So, and you don't want to get into a situation like that. But yeah, man, guys, I appreciate you hanging out. Everyone who stopped by in the chat, it was awesome. I couldn't believe at this hour how many people we got in here. And yeah, congrats to everyone who pre-ordered. I think you're gonna get a stunning piece. Please, I know we're early, but please post pictures everywhere when you get it in hand, because I'll be looking forward to seeing them. Anything else from you guys? Vision, congrats. Thanks for joining.
Thanks.
I just want to say this. If Casual gets his cape signed, I'm going to throw up. And it's just going to be a waste of a Superman Hush. But hey, do what you got to do, Steve.
If he came to Canada, it would have been done already.
That's disgusting. You guys need to be stopped. You guys are a blight on the community. You shouldn't be having signatures in visible locations. You're destroying a piece of art.
That's your opinion, right? That's okay.
It's
right,
terrible.
It's two-way street.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. Steve knows that it makes me sick.
It's okay.
And he's gonna try to do it in front of me.
We're not reselling them anyway, so it's for our collection.
So then don't talk about value. That's all I gotta say.
Well, you could talk about value without reselling. It's a hobby. I ain't going outside and picking up rocks. Right? I'm not going out. These are collectible. These are,
I'm just saying.
These are. I pay $1,000 for a piece.
To me, the piece would be worth less money if I see a signature on it. Personally, I'd be like, yeah, that's at least $500 off because I got to get that repainted. Pay for the repaint.
Once I started off with the bats on the Fabok, and I haven't been able to stop. But Jim Lee, if you look at the Fan Expo posts, when they post in Canada, I always put, can you get Jim Lee and Michael Keaton here? So I take my '89 Batmobile to get signed. And we're getting art dreams coming. I'm gonna get the Sideshow Poison Ivy signed, and I think David Finch is supposed to come. So I'm gonna take the Bane.
Just remember, guys, there's one less on that ES now, because now no one will buy that piece because it's signed.
Slifer.
Minus one. If it's 800 ES, it's $799 now.
That one, I'll be honest. That one, you see Jim Lee signing on the leg. I'd take that any day of the week. That piece.
Oh, it looks so bad.
No, I don't think so.
I get it if you want them to sign the base. All right, cool. I know it's there, but man, to sign it up front and
bro, that's a remark. That's a Jim Lee remark on a Prime 1 Hush Superman.
My heart.
You gotta have taste, right? You gotta have taste, guys. It's I'm kidding.
That's not taste, man. I'll be like display it. Somebody go, ugh, what happened to it?
Turn it around. Can you flip it around?
Yeah.
You gotta put it with that invisible ink, not the invisible, the fluorescent ink. So he's shining a blue light on it.
Yeah, black light. You know what? That's fine. Yeah, it'll look like Jim Lee jizzed all over your Superman.
Jeez. Okay, fair enough. All right, guys, we'll wrap it up. Let's take it. What's happening this week's crazy streaming? I've Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The whole week I've been on shows. Tomorrow, 11 p.m. It's business practice time. We got the good, the bad, and the ugly happening.
Oh,
so tune in. 11 p.m. Nothing too crazy, but stuff that the community should be aware of. What else is happening? Then Friday we got Collectors Club. Yeah, we got some fun stuff planned on the channel. So stay tuned. We'll give you some updates slowly as it comes. Yeah, I'm gonna test out Thursday. Tomorrow we're gonna test out with a business practice. Thinking of kind of doing a show Thursday in the evening, later evening, like 11 p.m., 11:30 p.m. Eastern. Test like a pilot show, and we'll test it out.
A new segment?
Kind of a new segment, yeah. We're gonna test it out, possibly next Thursday, and see how that goes. If it picks up, then we'll run with it. But you know, we always like to have fun and try to invite as many community members as possible to join us in it. So hopefully, you guys enjoy the stuff we put out. John Smith says, "Don't end the stream until it sells out." Well,
Some of us got to go to work tomorrow, man. I can't stay up all night.
We're already over. Take it easy, guys. Thank you, Vision and Slifer, for stopping by. Everyone who stopped by in the of course, man. Anytime. Thank you to everyone who stopped by in the chat and who's going to be watching the replay. Get some sleep, and we'll see you back here tomorrow, 11 p.m. Eastern. Stay safe, happy collecting, and always remember to collect responsibly. Take it easy, guys.
We're actually doing an unboxing after this, so guys, stick around.
Yeah, funny.
Shit.
Pop-up unboxing.
That wouldn't be bad.